Hello, everyone. It is Mo with the nightly Newsy news for this day before Halloween. And I know that Halloween is tomorrow. We might have a little bit of a shorter Newsy news, and it might be a little earlier because, trick or treaters come, and I think I might be in charge of handing out the candy. So we might be a little bit earlier or later depending on the weather because it's supposed to be sucktacular tomorrow. Hello, Tia Nita, and thank you for being a member. We have a lot of news stories. The first news story is a fellow YouTuber, although I do find it weird. I can tell you that people ask me what I do, and I feel weird saying I'm a YouTuber and even weirder saying I'm an influencer. I generally just say I work from home. I do laundry a lot, and I do promise that I will get the laundry video out. There was just so much Delphi stuff going on that I really had to get that out today. There has been motions that were taken to the Indiana Supreme Court. I have 2 videos out, so if you'd like to see those, I encourage you to go see those. But our first video is YouTuber Jack Doherty, who I don't even know, so I'm sure he's probably some famous kid YouTuber. He's probably super famous, and I have no idea who he is. His bodyguard knocked out a man at an influencer party. These probably happened after 9 p.m., and therefore I have no idea about them. A bodyguard working for Jack Doherty punched a man in the face after the popular YouTuber got into an argument with fellow influencer Karina Koof at a fancy dress party in Los Angeles. Doherty 20, a popular Gen Z influencer, shared a video clip on X of the wild incident, which occurred when he was live streaming on the streaming platform Kick at a Halloween party on Friday night. I am not going to show this because I know YouTube gets a little iffy on violence, and I don't want to show it just in case they do get a little bit upset about violent stuff. And let me check here because I am not getting here we are. Do I am here. Where are you? Da, da, da. One of these days I'm going to learn how to, I will be a semi professional YouTuber. It'll be awesome. Until then, always the duct tape and holy water, as usual, trying to find things. They've switched everything out, so it's really odd, at least for me, because I am not always as great. And hello, Rabbit. I know that, the Charlie Adelson taste is still going on, so I know Sal is doing a good job catching up for me. I have been furiously working on Delphi, stuff. So in the video, Doherty is seen arguing with Kof, who 27 is dressed as a Hooters waitress over an apparent snub earlier during the party. Well, that is worthy of a knockout, apparently. Kof, a popular Twitch streamer and OnlyFans creator, because of course she is, had turned down a request to join Doherty on a live stream, the video showed. The, the towering security guard, identified by TMZ as influencer and content creator Kang Kong, approached and exchanged word with a member of Kof's entourage who was dressed in 80s fluoro activewear with a singlet that says "Get Physical." Welcome, JKD Buck 76. I have never actually eaten at Hooters, but I really want chicken wings now. And welcome, Ghostery. Doherty can be heard telling his bodyguard to chill before Kong throws a punch, knocking the man flat on the ground. Koof and her friends yell at the bodyguard, who responds with expletives. "What is wrong with you?" she screams. "Are you effing crazy?" Now, here's the problem with this. Again, I know this is not Hollywood. You get trauma to your head, that this is terrible. I mean, if he actually knocked this man out with one punch, I mean, he could seriously have a traumatic brain injury. This is not Hollywood. Getting knocked out. Yeah, Look, so, I was bad mo today. Generally, I'm supposed to eat, trying to be healthy and learn the internet and all the other things. You're supposed to eat, 3 meals a day. I put a roast in the crock pot, and then, Mr. Mo had to run one of the kids to urgent care, so I was making rice to go with the roast, and, suddenly realized that the day had gone by, so I am over here, like, right before the stream scarfing down some roast because that was what I've eaten today. You get kind of, stuck in doing stuff, but I did get through Mount Saint Laundry, so and thank you, Rabbit, for listening. I do enjoy being in the background. So, Daily Mail reported the massive Halloween party was thrown by fellow internet star David Dobrik, 27. I have no idea who these people are. And entertainment was provided by Snoop Dogg. Okay, finally someone I know. I'm hoping it I don't know. I hope so. A longer video of the lead up to the incident posted to X showed the victim and other members of Koof's entourage approach Doherty outside the party and accusing him of talking smack about Koof. The group have a tense argument before Koof also approaches, quote, just because I'm at a party, I don't want to talk to you. You say I'm an OnlyFans lady of the loose morals. Aw, okay. Fry was out with the boys. He's trying to finagle a way to get, the roast. So uh, so here's the knockout, and again, this is not Hollywood. You can get severe brain damage. According to DMZ, Kong, who has nearly 640,000 followers on Instagram, was involved in a similar instance in 2019 when he knocked out a female fan while working as a security guard for rapper DaBaby. Is DaBaby a boy or a girl? Is he related in any way to Salt and Pepper? Look, y'all, rap, um, evidenced by WAP, rap is not my music. Fry is coming. He is, again, still trying to finagle uh, some roast. So he is on his way. Welcome, Jungle Mix and HT. And before I go, the video of the Halloween party incident generated mixed reactions. Quote, I don't know why you'd be broadcasting your security guard sucker punching some guy for what looks like no reason. It seems like Exhibit A in a lawsuit if the guy wants. Pretty much. Oh, okay. The baby is a male. Good to know. I am learning all the things I learned about, uh, you know, different Brits and what they mean. I am learning all the things. Quote, not a legal expert, but that looks like assault to me, another said. But many of Doherty's young fans support him. Quote, that dude was asking for it, no cap, someone wrote in all caps. The younger generation never fails to astound me. Oh, Lord. Um, Noted Satanist accused of brutalizing Kristen Smart's murderer is already serving life sentence for killing his notorious I-5 strangler cellmate. So I'm guessing the Satanist would be this gentleman with the 666 on his eyebrow. I mean, I'm taking context clues, but let's read the article. And welcome, Nikki, blue-haired Bible lady. So apparently, Jason Boudreau, pictured on the left, attacked Paul Flores at the Pleasant Valley prison on October 20 or August 23rd, 2023. Officials said, seems like just a lovely guy. He wrote his little. I wonder if he did that in the mirror and it looked like 9. Oh, no cap. Well, I was going to say it was in all caps, so I didn't know. I thought he was maybe confused about context. I don't know if the devil himself approves of satanic killings. We really do need to ask him. The devil might be down there like, "Dude, don't do this in my name, I don't approve." Satan was not available for contest. It did seem appropriate. The self described Satanist, who allegedly beat the killer of Kristen Smart so badly he had to be hospitalized, had himself previously taken two lives. First his girlfriend, and years later, he slew a convicted serial killer. Well, okay. Why is this man in Gen Pop? It seems a little confusing. Well, thank you, Ghostery. I have no idea. Thank you. My kids try to explain things to me, and I'm like, "Wait, what?" With the who and the how, and poor Mr. Mo is losing all of his good husband points by when he's at the urgent care texting me, "What is child's birthday? What is my birthday?" I'm like, "Sir, you were there. I need you to remember these things." Paul Flores is serving 25 to life term for murdering Kristen Denise Smart in 19 back in 1996 when they were both students in California Polytech State University. The victim was never found, though authorities argue Smart had been buried under Flores' family deck at some point, then removed. The California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitations identified Jason Budrow as Flores's attacker. Both men are inmate at Pleasant Valley State's Prison in the city of Coalinga, California, which is about 60 miles southwest of Fresno. That's where he somehow encountered Jason Budrow. Quote, at approximately 10 a.m. on Wednesday, August 23rd, 2023, yard staff saw Flores fall to the ground between the recreational yard and the medical clinic, correctional departments told Law and Crime in an email. Quote, staff ordered everyone to get down and summoned medical staff who immediately responded. Flores was transported to a hospital or to an outside hospital in serious condition. Flores was returned to PVSP 2 days later. Authorities found Bud Rowe nearby with something they only described as a manufactured weapon. He surrendered without incident and no one else was hurt, they said. So apparently, this man just preys on other bad people, which I feel morally ambivalent about. I know I should feel bad about it, but I don't feel as bad as I should feel about it. So then I feel bad about not feeling as bad about it. Oh, the Catholic guilt. Welcome, Carlene, or the recovering Catholic guilt. I feel bad about not feeling worse about not feeling worse. Prison officials say they recommended Budrow face charges and they referred questions to the Fresno County District Attorney's Office, who did not immediately respond to Law and Crime's request for comment. Now, my question is also, are we going to charge him for another crime when he's already there for life? And I understand that every crime is important, but basically, he's already there for life. What are we going to do to him? Double life? Triple life? You get to make more license plates. Now you have to make the Minions license plates. You have to watch Baby Shark and Sharknado at the same time. It just at some point we just need to have a community. What we need is there are I don't know. I am just a redhead who talks on the internets, but it seems like there is a very small, maybe 3% of people that just have no do right in them. They just have never lived in the zip code of do right. If given a chance, they will just do wrong. And and those people are just not rehabilitatable. Just not. I wish they were. I don't know how they are, but they just aren't. And maybe this guy is one of them. Authorities have not suggested why Bud wrote, "Hey, expert. Hi, Miss K. Griff. Why Budrow attacked Flores, but he carried out another attack in 2021 on cellmate Roger Reese Kibbe, the serial killer known as the I-5 Strangler. According to authorities at the time, a guard at Mule Creek State Prison was doing population counts when coming across Budrow standing in his cell and Kibbe, 81, lying unresponsive on the floor. Again, why is this guy in Gen Pop? Ghostery teaching me all the cool kid stuff. Hello, fellow cool kids. Staff tried to save the serial killer, but he was pronounced dead less than an hour later. Kibbe had been serving 6 consecutive life sentences without paroles and a 7th term of life with parole. Well, good. In case he got, those 6 life terms out of the way, he could have gotten parole that last day. For the love of all those Cheetos. Kibbe, um, for first-degree murder for killing and assaulting 7 women. In a letter to the San Jose Mercy News, Budrow asserted he sought out becoming Kibbe's cellmate after seeing a TV special about the serial killer. He wanted to take his life, asserting he was, quote, on a mission for avenging Kibbe's victims, and he asserted cutting the pentagram into the body. Well, as you do. As you do, you just, you go on a people hunt, if you will, and you apparently leave a little calling card even in jail. Kibbe's death led Budrow, reportedly a self-described Satanist with a 666 tattoo above his eye. Again, I want to know if he did it in the mirror and saw like PPP or GGG or 999, because I'm already dyslexic, so trying to do that to yourself in the mirror in prison, I mean, man has a little bit of talent. Just saying. Another life term. Well, he's a double lifer now. He was already set to spend the rest of his days behind bars after strangling his girlfriend. What a win. Margaret Dalton to death and assaulting a teenager in separate incidents. So this is the serial killer that he unalived, and then this is the other person that he apparently the Kristen Smart's murderer that he just he really, really beat up. So, don't go to prison. Apparently, this man is there and he is doing not the Lord's work. So, I'm just saying, if you see a man with 666 above his eyebrow, stay out of prison. Life goals, stay out of prison. In other news, police discover a live cluster bomblet and ammunition found with donation in a southeastern Wisconsin's thrift store. Nothing like going to Goodwill. If the smell doesn't get you, the sales will. Oh, I'm so sorry. Brown dog had surgery today, and I finished making chili. I just I finished making the roast and rice, and I can smell the roast, and Friberto can smell the roast, and he is like, "I am getting the roast." I guess he thinks he is the prison Dexter. But if you guys are going to the good old Will, if you're popping some tags, beware of a Custer bomblet, of a little, kablowie, if you will. A live Custer bomblet and ammunition have been found in a donation drop box in a thrift shop in southwestern Wisconsin. Only in America. An employee at the Janesville Goodwill made the discovery while conducting inventory Friday morning, according to Janesville Police Department. The store and surrounding area were evacuated as the bomb squad was called in to remove the small bomb and ammunition. Well, I mean, what are you gonna do with your old ammunition and kablowies? I give unto others, as I always say. Good lord. You know, it's possible, dear viewers, if grandma and grandpa happen to, be in WW2 and you're clearing out their possessions and you happen to come across metal things that you don't quite know what they are. Now they could either be uh erotica that you don't wanna know about, or they could be explosives. I don't know which you would pray for, but call authorities and or Google. I think there's an entire Reddit forum of "What the hell was Granny into?" Oh, Thank you. I had to look up words. I'm learning all the legal things. But things are happening in the Delphi, case. I have 2 videos out, so if you want to watch them, they are out. Why not both? Quote, "Employees quickly followed safety protocols by informing store and donation center management and safety teams who evacuated the building out of precaution for shoppers, donators, and employees," and Goodwill Industries of Southwestern Wisconsin said in a statement to WKON-TV. The store and donation center resumed operations shortly after 1:30 p.m. Friday, the statement continued. Bomblets are part of cluster bombs, which contain multiple explosives, submunitions. Used during battle, the bombs can be dropped from planes or fired from the ground. Janesville police are trying to determine who left the bomblet and ammunition in the Goodwill store. 1, 2, 3, not it. Look, I have been nowhere near the UP, all right? I barely leave my house. I am a Jamie. That's just how it is. I know bomblet does sound cute. I mean, imagine if we just put "let" on everything, war would sound much cuter. I don't know. But, yeah, definitely, again, if you run across weird things at Granny's house, call the cops and or put it on Reddit and giggle. I'm just saying. Granny might be into some stuff you never wanted to know about, but you will have fun learning about that stuff and or wanna bleach your brain out. Oh, no. Have fun. Blue dog dogs demand attention. A peenlet, yes. A manlet, a kidlet, a chicklet. They're all cute. Um, say no to eye drops. Apparently, it's I'm glad I just bought eye drops, so yay. FDA warns 26 eye drop products, including from large store brands, could lead to eye infections and vision loss. Well, that's exactly why I buy eye drops to lose my vision. Wonderful. Let's read which brands we should avoid and what Mo will be throwing away from her closet tonight. 26 over the counter brand eye drop products, including those sold under store brands such as CVS, Target, and Rite Aid, could lead to serious eye infections resulting in vision loss or blindness. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration warns. The agency found insanitary conditions in manufacturing facility and positive bacterial test results from environmental sampling of critical drug production areas in facility and is recommending the products be recalled. Wonderful. The eye drops sold under brands CVS Health, Rite Aid, Target, Up and Up, Leader, Cardinal Health, Rugby, Cardinal Health, Velocity Pharma are supposed to be sterile. Apparently, they are not. Look, I don't give you any advice. Should you want to use whatever eye drops you want, it is your prerogatives. This is America. If you wanna do whatever you want with your eyeballs, they are your eyeballs. I am not your mom. I have no control over your eyeballs. I only deal with my kids' eyeballs, and I just tell them, "Don't play with sticks. Don't shoot Nerf darts directly at eyeballs." Now, why I have to say that every time we get Nerf darts, I don't know. You'd think we'd learn the first time, but we do not. There are no current reports of injuries from using the products at this time, according to the FDA, but the agency says that anyone who, quote, has signs or symptoms of an eye infection after using these products should talk to their health provider or seek medical care immediately. It also advises anyone with these eye drops should discard them immediately. Target, Rite Aid, and CVS are removing the products from store shelves and will stop selling them online. The products sold under Leader, Velocity, and Rugby's name may still be in some stores and available online and should not be purchased, the FDA said. Earlier this year, the FDA issued a warning to not use several other eye drop products due to microbial contamination. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention reported the use of eye drops contaminated with a drug resistant bacteria resulted in some patients experiencing vision loss and surgical removal of both their eyes and death. Holy God. Okay. Of all injuries, losing an eyeball or getting I I think it was gross overwatch of A Christmas Story, but you'll shoot your eye out has always been a major phobia of mine. It can lead to serious infection, so it looks like, whatever packaging facility or whatever chemical mixing magical wizardry facility was not kept as clean as it was supposed to, and it was leading to bacterial growth and other disgusting stuff, so, again, I'm not gonna tell you what to do with your eyeballs. I'm just gonna tell you what the FDA recommends. This is America. You can do what you want with your eyeballs. I am not a doctorologist. I'm not an eyeballologist. You do what you want. I'm just giving you the news. You do what you want. All right? That's how it works. I'm a redhead that mouths off on the internet. In the words of Steph the Alter Nerd, I am a gobby cow. The family that slays together goes to prison together. They don't stay together, unfortunately. And look at those mud shots. They're just so sad. Who would have guessed? And welcome before I go. Mother and her two sons arrested in connection to her husband's murder 2 years after he was killed and ditched in a canal, the cops say. 2 years after a Florida man. Are we shocked that this is Florida man? I mean, seriously. Between Well, look, I'm not gonna grossly stereotype, but I am gonna grossly stereotype, and as an anime lover myself, but these two were definitely into Naruto, okay? I own my nerdiness, I'm just saying these 2 were definitely into anime or and Pokemon. I'm just kidding you, I tease lightly. I'm sure they were fine fellows except for being murderers, allegedly. 2 years after a Florida man was killed on vacation and placed in a canal, his wife and 2 sons have been arrested, authorities said in a press release. And they use a whole lot of Axe body spray. But yes, Monster Energy drinks all over the place, or Prime. His wife, Cindy Rainey, and sons, Bailey Rainey and Jack Rainey, are facing tampering with evidence charges, according to the Dixie County Sheriff's Office. Deputies found 52-year-old Danny Rainey dead on July 25th, 2021, submerged in a canal behind a home he and his family had rented in, okay, I'm guessing it's Suwannee, but I am not from Florida, so it might be pronounced very, very differently, which is on the southern end of Florida's Big Bend region. He had been stabbed multiple times and his death was ruled a homicide. Oh, I thought they were gonna try to say he drowned, but, perhaps the stabbing helped. I I do not know. His wife had reported him missing that morning after he walked out of the home the night before following an argument with the two of them. He left behind his glasses, wallet, and cell phone. Authorities found his body after, quote, an extensive search. The press release did not say who the detectives believe killed David Rainey or why or whether additional charges were forthcoming. Deputies on Wednesday arrested Cindy and Bailey Rainey in Flagler County and Jack Rainey in Orlando. He seemed like a nice guy, and he's got a little frog on the little paper towel guy. Quote, Sheriff Darby Butler would like to thank the Flagler County Sheriff's Office and Orange County Sheriff's Office and the Office of the State Attorney, Third Circuit, for assisting the Dixie County Sheriff's Office with this arrest, the press release said. According to his obituary, David and Cindy Rainey were married for 21 years and lived in the Palm Coast, which is on the Atlantic Ocean side of the Sunshine State. He was born in Redlands, California, and later graduated welding school in New York. He worked as a welder on steam and gas turbines, the obituary said. Hey, I love Sailor Moon. No shame in anime game. I'm just saying I can spot a fellow animator person. Look, I'm a total dork. I am okay with my total dorkness. I'm just saying that those 2 come on my radar as possible total anime freaks too, which is fun. Quote, David traveled all over the United States and the world with his work. I keep telling the boys go into welding to work with their hands. Because, it is a skill. If you're really good at it, you can go around the world. It's such a skill that people need. And Mr. Fry is still trying to convince the boys that he needs the roast for dinner. I'm trying to figure out who is going to give him pieces of roast. Uh, David traveled all over the United States for his work. He was respected by his peers for his excellent skills, work ethic, and dedication to getting the job done right, his obit said. He was a quote natural athlete, which his 2 sons inherited. The sons played baseball from T ball all the way through high school varsity baseball. Wow. The family enjoyed family trips to Alaska, Cooperstown, New York, the White House, and New York City, just to name a few, according to the obit. It seems a little weird to ro rave about his family in his obit when, I mean, they seem to be the one that might have stabulated him a whole lot, but, everyone writes their obit their own way. A heavily armed man was found not alive at a Colorado amusement park with multiple pew-pews and kablowies. Well, she might have had her son's help. I mean, 3 on 1, and he was 52. So, I mean, his days of being an athlete might have been a little bit behind him unless he kept up. There are some people that P90X it all the way to, like, 65. It could happen. Law enforcement in Colorado is investigating after they said a quote heavily armed man was found not alive in an amusement park over the weekend, quote, wearing body armor and multiple improvised kablawi devices. Oh, I think I would love to do that if I could figure out how to get Audible to work underwater. I don't know if I get really, really, really claustrophobic though. But I don't know, in another life. The Garfield County Sheriff's Office reported that Glenwood Caverns Adventure Park employees notified officials the body of a 22-year-old man was found Saturday morning prior to the park opening. The park is located in Glenwood Springs, a resort city in the Rocky Mountains, surrounded by White River National Forest. Walt Stowe, a spokesperson for the Garfield County Sheriff's Office, told USA Today the man's death is being investigated as a possible self-deletion. Quote, there is no danger to the community as of right now, Stowe said on Monday. The agency did not release how the man died, but according to a press release, it said his death did not involve any of the rides and he was not authorized to be inside the park. No, of course, I don't think he was authorized to be inside the park. I don't think this was part of their new Halloween scare the hell out of people, you know, active pew pew man, night. But I have heard of oh, wow. I wonder if they did any local news about this. According to a preliminary investigation, police wrote in a news release Monday, the man from the Carbondale area was found dead, dressed in black tactical clothing. Salbert, he was wearing a tactineck. Quote, bearing patches and emblems that gave the appearance of being associated with law enforcement. He was armed with a semi-automatic rifle, which just means that it was, you pull the trigger and one freedom seed comes out. A semi-automatic handgun, same thing. Multiple loaded magazines for both weapons, the release continued. He wore body armor that appeared to be and what appeared to be a ballistic helmet. Additional multiple improvised Kablawi devices were discovered with the suspect, and a vehicle associated with the suspect were found at the park. A bomb squad responded to the park and, quote, "We were able to render the devices safe." The release continues. Bomb squad members, backed by Garfield County All Hazard Response Team, swept the park to make sure that no other IEDs were planted. According to law enforcement, so far, the investigation has indicated that the suspect's actions were limited to the property of Glenwood Caverns. The agency released the following statement on Facebook. Quote, "The initial 2 days of the investigations have been carried out in a slow, methodical manner in order to search out the property as well as the suspect's residence to ensure the safety of the public and to begin to determine the extent of his criminal activity. The safety of the public, bomb disposal personnel, law enforcement, and other first responders were the priority, as well as making sure the cabins were safe to reopen. Given the amount of weaponry, ammunition, and Kablawi devices found," the police said, "the suspect could have, quote, implemented an attack of devastating proportions on our community and first responders." I know this is a terrible thing to say, but I mean this with all due respect to his family, because I understand how losing a loved one, regardless of his actions in life, his final actions, good, bad, or indifference, leaves a a terrible void and this, sense of not getting answers. And I wanna say this delicately in case they ever come across my channel, but in this case where if there was on balance, if there was a choice between him taking many, many lives with what it appeared he wanted to do, and his life not continuing, on balance, I'm glad that the bigger horror was avoided, but I do understand the personal devastation of the family. His identif his identity and official cause of death will be determined by the Garfield County coroner, according to the release. US Today has reached out to the coroner's office. According to the release, it appears the man drove to the vehicle to the park before he entered it, and investigators are making sure none of the rides, equipment, or any of the park's on-site buildings or facilities were tampered with. So, you know, it's not any life lost is bad, but this could have been just as horrific as the main thing, even more so if you think about, this being a big place. And, just check on people. I think the isolation of the last couple years and, you know, the economy being maybe not so great has really, pushed people to the edge. So, you know, if you have a friend that maybe you haven't talked to in a while, just reach out, make sure they're okay. Talk to your friends, talk to someone, compliment someone on their shoes. That's what I do. If I go to Walmart, I am not a peopler. You know me, but my goal is to talk to one person. Um, my aunt always says, because she's a peopler to the nth degree, and she says, Mo, if you just want to talk to people, go up and compliment them on something. And I have made it a goal to go up and compliment someone one time, wherever I go out, I compliment one person on just something. I like your shoes, you know, your hair looks nice today. Something nice to say to some person, no matter what, when I'm out. It makes me engage with people because I am not a peoply person. But, you know, The more I read these stories, the more I realize that maybe we need to engage just a little more, even though I am not an engager, so to speak. So, that's my nightly closing thought. You know, well, I try not to be. I have my days, though. Look, I have my days where I'm like, "I wish I could weld because the killdozer guy had a point." We all have those days. But, try just check in on people. You know, these times are not the easiest. So, just if you have a friend maybe in the back of your mind that you haven't talked to in a while, just make sure to reach out because maybe some people don't always reach out when they're struggling. And, that's a good lesson to remember. Maybe this guy didn't have a friend to reach out to. Those are my closing thoughts. Oh, I will do so. Probably not tonight. Probably not tonight. I am exhausted. When you get to streaming and you forget to eat all day, so I'm gonna have some more roast. And then I promise tomorrow I will show you all my members, my castle, my very glamorous, I know you will be super jealous, my laundry station. When I say I'm going to rotate laundry, my home away from home, my laundry station. Yeah, I know, but well, actually, no. I am married to a Walmart greeter, and I had 3 little Walmart greeters with him. He would people all the people. So, it's very funny because he wants to be where the people are, and I'm like, "I have peopled on the internet. Doesn't that count?" So, it is a very interesting mix when you have an extrovert and an introvert married. I have to explain to him that while being around the people fuels him and recharges his batteries, it drains me and my daughters. So, I will talk to you guys tomorrow. I will be here for the Newsy News in the morning, and then we will be on day 4 of the Charlie Adelson case, and we will be waiting for more news on the Delphi case because things are getting spicy. I will see you guys in a little bit. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, and tomorrow is Halloween. And if you're like me, you are preparing your children for the possibility of snow and maybe just giving them the candy you were supposed to give to trick or treaters. But, at least they're old enough to realize that sometimes weather happens. I will see you guys in a little bit. Bye, guys.